What's up, Dragon Brood? So today I'm gonna have to start a little bit differently with a thank you to Strictly Better MTG. If you've not watched his channel, you probably should because, well, if you like the kind of chill, relaxed vibes we have around here, I mean, he's a dude that records his videos from his couch. I mean, it doesn't get much more chill than that. But I bring him up because he did an end of year kind of awards video yesterday and named me the new content creator of the year, I guess. So thank you for that. I'm totally floored, truthfully. I think even I posted on one of his comments that I spend the whole year just making content literally every day between here, my podcast, Twitch streams, doing commentary. I even wrote some stuff last year, and I really hadn't peeked my head up to really see who all was paying attention. So it's kind of awesome to have that recognition. So thank you for that. Also to that point, those of you that are new here to the channel, coming over from SBMTG, welcome. We do content just about every day. I do a whole variety of things from deck play videos to box openings, reviews, all kinds of things. But what I do with my deck play videos that's a little bit different is if you watch to the end, I actually do a card spotlight now. We started doing this like 2 weeks ago. But I highlight a card differently at the end, and sometimes it's financial value, sometimes it's just historical information, sometimes it's just a fun card and I tell a little history I have with it. So anyway, that's another reason to watch it in the video and just see something else cool that, some other people aren't necessarily offering. Let's talk about today's video. Today we have a video from a user that goes by Matt C. He submitted this on one of our Tuesday streams. This is just, I'm going to call it just a Transmogrify deck, and we'll get into it and let you see, but I will let y'all classify it how you want to. I'm sure I'll have something by the time we get to the thumbnail and everything else. First things first, if you haven't, please remember to like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and thanks to SBMTG, we are well on our way to hitting that 10,000 subscriber button, or subscriber goal. I think by now we're somewhere around 800 away by the time this goes live or less, so thank you. But with all that being said, let's go look at some Magic cards. Alright, here we are. So it's Jund colors, and that's really it. I mean, everything else is just going to be kind of unique and different. I will say this though, the initial list he submitted did have 4 Void Reckoner, and I changed that to being 4 Yodaro for a couple of reasons. One, Yodaro gives us something to do with mana early, it cycles. It also gives us the opportunity to have something that tramples, that if we get it, it can more likely just punch through and end the game. Whereas Void Beckoner, though it does give a token Death Touch when you cycle, it doesn't really do anything in and of itself. So I'm hoping that makes a difference. We did leave 1 in the deck, but let's get to the deck list and kind of run down real quick. We've got 4 Village Rites. This is a way for us to sacrifice things we're stealing from the opponent, or even just sacrifice some of the tokens that we're making to draw extra cards. Claim the Firstborn, one of the things we're using to steal from the opponent. 4 Forbidden Friendship, another way to just make some tokens. And the tokens really lend us things that we can use Transmogrify on. Cultivate just lets us get some mana. Crowan War, another card to steal stuff. Possibly this should have 2 of Crowan War, not totally sure yet. 4 Transmogrify, 2 Luca, 1 or 2 Back for More. Now this is actually a pretty interesting card because if your creature that you end up going to get with Transmogrify dies, well, now you have a way to get it back out of the yard, and you get some bonus, bonus features out of it. Especially if it's something, say, like Yodaro, where you might Transmogrify, Yodaro comes into play, attacks for 8, your opponent kills it. You go ahead and back for more, you get to kill something possibly, and attack for 8. Like, that's a pretty big swing if you're able to pull it off. Then there's the 4 Yodaro we've been talking about, 2 Turn Timber Symbiosis just to search for creatures, but it's most likely going to be a land a big chunk of the time. The 1 Void Beckoner we talked about, 4 Titanoth Rex. And this is probably the best green card to go get. I mean, it does trample, it cycles early, so it can go to your yard, it can be used with Back for More. And I will say, that's probably the biggest problem with this type of deck, is that there aren't huge quality creatures to get. Previously when we tried this with other sets, you had stuff like Drakuseth, big 7/7 dragon that has an ability when it attacks, and you don't really have that here. I think that's a little bit tough. Even Core Set 2020 had a bunch of big creatures in the 6 mana range that were even good for this. So they were efficient to cast, but also had cool return from the graveyard abilities. But we're working with what we got. We're going to see if we can make it happen. So we got 2 Swamps, 12 Mountain, 2 Forest, 4 Crag Crown Pathway, 4 Fabled Passage. Is this enough? Don't know. But let's go hop into the arena. Find out. Sure, we'll keep this. This is actually no. I didn't realize there was 2 back for more. This is a terrible keep. Well, we'll hope to draw at least 1 land so we can use the cultivate. All right. We failed. We failed terribly. All right, Ominous Seas. I really need to build a deck with Ominous Seas. I feel like so many people want to keep playing that card and y'all submit it. And it just never seems to be working out. So it's like, I need to find a deck where it works. Okay. This doesn't really do anything. I mean, this probably just gets countered. Oh, it didn't get countered. Uh-oh. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. If a true shell, you can cast this card as long as you control Luca. Sure. Alright, well, nothing we really wanted anyway. Maybe this ends up being one of those games where I get to use an ultimate from Luca. Let's get rid of this one because it doesn't have haste. You gonna shoot our token? That's fair. Alright, put this in tapped just to set us up for later. The good news is, even if they make an 8/8, we at least have things that could fight it. Or we could just steal it, because it does cost less than 3. Okay. So this kind of works. We can bait the opponent into a situation. So let's minus this. They go to target it. We'll try to Village Rites and see what we find. See what's up. Alright, so that works out. Don't hate that too much. And we still have Luca for some extra value next turn. Only thing I'm debating is, do we play the second Luca so we can possibly Transmogrify? But I'm not going to, I don't think. Because it's possible we get the opponent to spend some mana or try to shoot a Luca here, and then we could play the other one. Don't have anything in our yard, though we did reach the mana for back for more, which is kind of nice. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6 mana, so we can't really play any of our big hitters we would find. See? Exactly what I'm talking about. They decided they wanted to kill a Luca here. Works out that way sometimes. Okay, there's your Yadaro. We did find a land, so we can play Yadaro now. Sure? If Yadaro gets countered, we can at least try to just play it next turn, then the next turn, then the next turn. Sure. Counter the thing. We'll exile some more cards. Why not? There's a Titanoth Rex and a Void Beckoner. Alright, I'd rather at some point some of these be in the yard with these back for mores, but we at least have the Yadaro. Okay, sure, let's try. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, we have to use green. I mean, black, so it doesn't really change anything. Target Yadaro. Alright, they want to cancel that. Seems fair. I'll hit this one more time. Not totally sure why. Though I guess I could just minus when the time comes.
It's useless.
Now we get to cast Yudaro. Get to attack with it. Yep, can totally trade. That's reasonable. And I don't know, maybe I'll do this again. Why not? We found another Yudaro, sure. And what's funny is I'm taking him from exile and moving him to the graveyard, which is kind of amusing. Alright. Oh, I don't have a second swamp in here. Why does this list not have a second swamp? I thought we did. Okay, well, we'll add one of those after this. Because that's definitely a thing we should have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. So I can't do that and cultivate either way. Oh, why did it tap that? I needed to leave the black mana open. Oh, that's my fault. Got a little lazy there. Sure. Didn't want to use Luca because I don't need to remove too many more of these, honestly. I think we've reached the point where this might be enough. Yep. Alright, sure. Symbiote. Okay. Well, let's see if we can find something that helps us sacrifice that. Or steal it. Or otherwise be a nuisance to our opponent. Does not look to be the case. Let's... I mean, we could steal it and attack just for sport. Might be our only chance we get, too. Because the minute they equip it, it's gonna... Or, mutate it. It's gonna be something bigger than 3 mana. But we could get lucky, steal it with the, Crowan War. Oh, Cobra. Alright. That's intriguing. If we were to steal a Cobra and get... I was trying to think if there's a way we could actually cast the Yudaro, but I don't think so. Alright, we'll take our 2. You know, actually, the life they're going to gain from those symbiotes are actually going to be pretty annoying for us. Now that I'm thinking about it. No, there were 2 swamps. Oh, we must have exiled the other swamp with Luca. I think that's what happened that previous game. Okay. That makes sense now. Because I was pretty certain there was 2 swamps. I was like, wait. But didn't think about the possibility of exiling something with Luca. Alright, so we're going to be... Well, we'll have all the mana we need if we want to play Yudaro. We can at least back for more if they don't have a mutate card here? Oh, gross. I guess they're just going to wait on us then here. This is just going to get countered. That sucks. Whoa. Whoa. What? Really? Okay, then. Did not see that coming. Okay, fair. That makes sense. Alright, and we're just dead. Yep, GG's. Okay, I think we have to mulligan this. This hand doesn't really do anything. This is at least reasonably better. We can cycle into some stuff. All right. Let's go ahead and put back a Fabled Passage because I think we want all these other cards. Oh boy. The life gain decks are probably a bit difficult to beat because if they gain enough life, like we can't really outrace them even with a couple of big swings, which is a little tough. Alright, we're gonna have to get lucky with our sequence of cards here. Okay, there's a Hushbringer. That is mildly unfortunate, because our recursion cards are going to keep our creatures from fighting things, which does hinder us a little bit. Not a lot, but it definitely causes some issues. Okay. Alright, we're going to take some damage. Opponent's going to gain 2. Alright, we'll cycle one of these here Yadaros. Uh-oh. They're going to try to exile it from the yard before it goes into the library. Looks like that's what they were hinting at, but didn't do it. Okay, so I'm going to use this. Go get a mountain. Problem is, this silly Alcy's just kind of making things pretty grumpy for us. I mean, I could try to steal the Hushbringer. They can protect it. I mean, slows the damage on us, I suppose. Oh, they actually let us have it. That's unexpected. Wonder if they're worried about keeping that Alcy for something else. Well, okay then. Not sure what just happened here, or what. Maybe they wanted to leave their mana open for something else. I mean, us drawing all lands here, though, to start is not good. We need to draw something else here. I think we've drawn lands and a Claim the Firstborn. That's not going to get it there. Another Alcy. Okay. Sure, might as well attack. Get it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cycle this other Yudaro. I mean, at this point, I even want something as simple as just a Forbidden Friendship. I would just buy us some amount of time. I mean, I guess we could have Crone War. Not the worst thing. And we have 2 cycles of Yudaro, so this will be the 3rd one. So don't get a free one yet. I mean, I don't mind just doing this because, one, if we do get something that lets us sacrifice, great. Okay, that's fine. They protect the creature. Ultimately, they're going to end up having to sacrifice things to themselves. So we're okay with that. Like, that's not a great situation, but we're at 17 life. They haven't really shown how they're going to kill us in an efficient manner here and close the game. And this kind of slows down their creatures for a couple turns. Yeah, they're rereading it to make sure. Yep. Definitely get the attacks in there. Alright, they're going to pass. I'm going to go ahead and get, I guess, a swamp. Because we have plenty of green and red, even with stuff in hand. Okay, first our own games. Maybe, maybe. This might be slowly turning into something. And we can still cycle. Though we may not even cycle. Let's see how things go on the opponent's turn here, because it might be worth it just to straight up play Yodaro. Alright. We're not going to block these because they're just going to die to themselves unless the opponent spends mana to protect them. Speaker of the Heavens. Sure. Alright, so those die. They go to 29 because they will still have lifelink. So we actually can't cycle Yodaro here. We have to put opponent down below enough that they can't actually gain life with their, or make angels next turn. Yep. And that's good. We would have just got a mountain there. We'll see what the next card would have been. Yep, gonna protect the speaker. Makes sense. Protection from red. Okay. Gonna kill our token, maybe? Oh, protection from white now. Okay. All seems reasonable. Oh, from green. Weird. Interesting choice. Well, now you can't block the 4/4, and you're just going to take trampling damage from Yodaro anyway. I guess they were trying to maybe keep us from fighting it or something, but that wasn't really ever in our plans. So we're kind of slowly piecing together a game plan here. Despite these protective spells the opponents had so many of. But this is a good example we're talking about where like Void Reckoner doesn't really do anything there, right? Like if they end up making the proper protection. Well, one, it's just an 8/8. It doesn't have haste, it doesn't fly. It has Death Touch, but at 8/8, it almost kills everything it's going to run into anyway. Barring, I guess right now, some big like Beanstalk Giants that might be like 10/10 plus. Oh boy, 6 mana. What are we doing here? This can't be good for us, right? This result in both of our creatures dying? Okay, so they gain life. They go to 26. That didn't get... Oh, they were doing math. I see. That, yeah, didn't really do anything for them. Yep. Okay, so the opponent goes first here. We're going to keep this. I mean, we do have a draw coming. We don't really have a turn 1 play anyway. So maybe just go get like a forest and then just start trying to Forbidden Friendship. Though, do we get a forest or do we get a swap? Because being able to utilize... Oh, that's kind of neat. A Village Rites is probably better here. Yeah, we're gonna have to gamble on trying to draw Village Rites because it's probably our most efficient way to get rid of a Hollow Blade. One of our only ways, actually. So yeah, let's do that. Of course, I'll draw something that needs green mana here, and I'll hate myself, but so be it. The other side of all this is we do have 1/1s that, unless they just play like a... Yep, exactly that. Well, now we definitely need to draw Village Rites, or this is going to get ugly real fast. That does not help, deck. That does not help one bit. Just want you to know that. Yeah, I think we just have to cycle these Yadaros. I don't think there's much else we're going to be doing here. And it's not an irrelevant situation that we can't attack them for just straight up 5 with their own creature. Alright. Opponent's not attacking with the Selfless Savior, being a little conservative here. Alright, what's coming down to help? Nothing. Oh no, it's still first strike. Okay. Angels. That's not good either. Ugh. Yeah, when you get these draws where you draw 3 of your actual targets. I should have got the land out first. Well, that doesn't matter a whole lot here, sadly. Opponent. There we go. Oh, what can we do here? Looks like a whole lot of nothing. Alright, well, this is kind of our last shot at just not dying, not even necessarily winning. Yep, we're dead. Alright, we get to go first, and we will keep this. Let's just play a Fable Passage. And as much as you want to cycle the Titannoth Rex, let's just go ahead and get a swamp here. I think that is correct. Alright. And that actually works out okay. And we may not use the Village Rite yet, depending on what we think we can steal with the Crone War. Garrison Cat. Well, we're not excited about a Garrison Cat. Swarm Shambler's a little more exciting. Well, I mean, we could take the Garrison Cat and we get the 1/1 even, so that's not bad. Let's do that. I don't want to give them another creature by targeting the Swarm Shambler, unfortunately. Alright, let's see if they block. I doubt they will. It's not enough damage for them to really worry about. Swap the cat. Get a counter. In the turn. So we'll see what happens, because like we can steal a Swarm Shambler and it's not the worst thing. I say that. I guess we'll just steal a Kahira, because that makes more sense. No blocks. go get one of them there foresty things. Oh, well, that's all kinds of convenient. We will borrow that Kahira for a little bit. Oh, my dinosaur gets a bonus. Look at that. Well, that worked out all kinds of nice, didn't it? We got value from our opponent's Kahira. That's a thing that doesn't happen very often. I was just wondering if I want to steal my opponent's gear and just use it and make this like a removal card. But here's the thing, though, actually. We can village rights this one. All right, more land for next turn, which is nice. Then we can still take their other Kahira and then attack. And then we'll see what they have here. We don't have anything good in the graveyard to go get, unfortunately. I might have to just cycle this so I have a reason to go get something. Sure. I will block with your Kahira. They could have saved that mana to just tap their creature. Oh, they wanted to play a new one. Yeah, I don't know if that was any more beneficial for them to do it that way. Ooh, picking up this Luca is real sharp here, too. We like that. So I guess we just go ahead and Luca. The thing here is the opponent's only at 8.
War is hell, and
If we hit
take you
a Yodaro, then game's over, effectively. If we don't... That's unfortunate. I think I have to get their Kahira. I think that's still the right play. I could gamble, but nah. Ah! I gambled incorrectly. Would have worked.
become stronger.
The dang plan would have worked. Who knew? All right. Yeah, the only reason I didn't attack with everything is they could have blocked, had 9 come through, but would have gained 3, go to 11. They attack. That only puts us at 15 and puts them at 6. Yep, Garrison Cat's still not enough. Going after Luca's cool. Yeah, I think we still got this.
I have been betrayed.
Yep. So yeah, unfortunately, don't think this is going to hold up in most cases. If you're just playing in the open queue, I think you'll be able to take some battles on, but it just doesn't have the consistency really to, I think, battle the way you want to, even in the lower levels of the ladder. I think the problem is here with this style of deck, we've featured a red-white Transmogrify deck on the channel before, and it was much better, and there's even better versions of that deck, truthfully. And it's mostly because the green and the black really aren't bringing enough to the table, because the creatures outside of your Daro that you're able to get aren't bringing enough value. And when you're playing white, you get things that you get like Omen of the Sun, which make tokens and gain life. You get the other Archon that makes 2 tokens and turns everything into 3/3s, which could pump your other tokens. You get to play not Gaia's Blessing, whichever, the white enchantment that Glorious Anthem, that all your creatures get +1/+1, right? So you get all those things that really allow you to just move forward. Whereas here, you kind of get in these weird hands where it's like, oh, well, you have all the big creatures, but nothing to do with it. You know, you've got maybe the Transmogrifies and things that sacrifice, but not enough things that make tokens. You know, so it's just not quite there. I think the red-white version of this is probably the best one right now, unfortunately. It's fun, I'll admit that, but again, I think it's just the creature quality and then the spells you have to play to try to make it work just don't blend well enough together, unfortunately. Now, let's talk about today's card spotlight. The card we're going to talk about is Akroma's Memorial. And this is a card that just is always good. I mean, like, granted, you're only really seeing it if you play Commander, really, but the card is really powerful. And it's always, like, just it's got so many keywords on it. Like, how can you not enjoy this card? It's also another card that, honestly, it always trades well. It's always on buy list. Like, if you see any, have the opportunity to get them, might as well pick them up always. I don't think there's ever going to be a time, even if it gets reprinted, where Akroma's Memorial doesn't have some kind of value for everybody. Remember, if you haven't, please like this video, hit the subscribe button, help us reach 10,000 subscribers by February 1st. We're almost there, surprisingly. So hey, let's help us knock that out. Remember also, if you do want this deck list, or you want to come check us out in the Discord and talk about Magic or any just ongoing things around the game, or if you want to follow us over on Twitch, which we stream Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, 9 p.m. to midnight, all those links for all this stuff is down in the description below. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.